listen, in record time that I put that lip gloss on, okay? Woo! We are here. Hello. Hey, y'all. We're here for another week of Dub Sessions. And I, of course, am your host, Jessica Van. And I am excited to be here. I'm always excited to interview people that are. Here's our last week's guest, Clinton. Hey, Clint. I'm very glad to interview. First of all, I was telling our guest this week that I have only been interviewing people I know. And then earlier this week, um, I realized all of those people are young Black entrepreneurs, every single one of them. And I think that that is awesome that I get that honor. But to continue in this honor, this week's guest is someone I've known since life, pretty much. At least high school, I know. He is a multi-talented individual, a DJ, a digital marketing guru. I mean, I'm not gatekeeping y'all. This is my guy. Okay, you're gonna have to pay him, but this is my guy. He is a wealth of knowledge and information, and it's about the numbers. It's not just the cutesy stuff. Last week we talked about branding. This week we're talking about marketing. And so he told me he's also not wanting to talk about himself, and he's going to deflect and talk only about my business. So we'll see how that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Got to unmute his mic, Julius Osborne. Woo! Unmute your mic, Ju.
There we go. There we go. Hey, what's happening?
How are you doing?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. If you could please, everyone, share this. Share this. This is some good information, great information that everyone needs to know. Everybody got to learn how to market. If you are in business, if you're even a personal brand, you got to learn how to promote said brand and do it the right way. And this is some great information. So if you could share, tag your friends, tag all your business friends, tag people you don't even like but still want to, wish them well. Tag everybody you can. So, Julius, I do not waste any time. Please tell us how to follow you.
Follow me. Well, I like to stay hidden for the most part, but we could say pretty much Facebook is Julius.Osborne. IG is Julius Osborne _. And LinkedIn, you just search Julius Osborne. You'll see me pop up. So it's actually pretty easy to find me.
Absolutely. And I didn't get the chance to make what he asked me to make. But let me give you this. Parental discretion is advised because he says he has a potty mouth. But
sorry.
I know Julius knows how to turn it on, just do that good switching. Amen.
A little bit.
So, Julius, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in
whatever I do, everything I do.
And all the stuffs.
All good, all good. So really got started, I want to say, that first job in high school, knocking on doors, selling catalogs, Cutco knives, or the Kirby vacuums, things like that. So I got started with that, but I hated actually talking to people. I love people, but I really don't enjoy, a lot of people. But went into just a call center itself. And at that call center, I can't remember which one it was, but at that call center, I actually was able to really be anybody I wanted to be on the phone, right? Back in the day, And so that was pretty much my calling, if you will. So stayed in customer service for a while, was director of operations and sales at a marketing firm when I was 20, and then did that for a little bit. Got a little bored, went into DJing, as you guys can see back there. Had fun with that always, was super into music, growing up. What else? Got bored with that, went back into corporate, if you will. Not really didn't get bored with the music. It was staying out late, DJing, DJ life. And, excuse me. And pretty much the kids were just growing up. So they were little and wanted to get out of that, spend more time, and went back into marketing, sales, customer experience, and really just helping other people elevate their brands. And just staying hidden, staying out the way. So that's really what I do. Work with a bunch of billionaires and millionaires and helping them make more money.
Okay. Well, tell me also how you got into entrepreneurship yourself. When did you realize well, hey, I could be doing this myself and getting my own
Well, we won't talk about what I have always
bag.
been a salesperson. Let's just say that. Um,
Amen.
yeah, right. We'll keep it PG, lightweight.
Mhm.
Uh, always been in sales. Always know how to, make someone give me every dollar that they want or every dollar that they have, and then smile and thank me for it. Like that's something that has passed on with me that I actually kind of preach to my teams. That I coach over the years and things of that nature. But that's really what it is. So, getting into sales. And really the marketing aspect of it is what was like I'm making all this money for everybody else, right? I can do this
Mhm.
myself. And so when I started doing that, and I formed my own little AI company, SimpliCX, and I was
Mhm.
trying to bring you on to another one that I was starting here as well about a year ago. The AI employee is just building AI automations.
Mhm.
But really getting into the actual nitty gritty, figuring out that I could do this was having to do it when I was DJing, honestly. And you have to get out there, you have to make it, you got to go get these gigs, you got to figure out what the owners want, what they need. And it's more than just playing music, y'all just see that side of it. But it's contracts and relationships and things of that nature. So really getting into that aspect of it
Yeah.
kind of pushed me towards doing this shit doing this myself, right? And
We're gonna
then
charge him a
doing
dollar every time he cusses.
no, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. Uh, but really, that was the start of it. So, and then just kept pushing. I really work with a select few. I want to say a clientele base. I don't really publish what I do. People find me, and then we just make shit work. So that's basically what it is. Entrepreneurial story.
Yeah. I can say personally, Julius has been like a mentor marketing wise. And it seems like I've been blessed when I come across someone that wants to mentor, they literally like pour. And I feel like I'm honored by it because we'll be on the phone for hours talking marketing, talking numbers,
Facts.
talking
Facts.
strategy, etc. And it's like that is something that you cannot like you could buy and you should buy. Matter of fact, we'll be talking about that later. What you need to be,
Mentorship.
yes, but that type of mentorship you cannot. That's priceless. It's priceless, honestly. So, I want to talk about digital marketing, of course,
Let's do it.
and last week was branding, and you also said you have some experience in sales. I want
Just a
to
little.
know in your mind because a lot of people kind of group those things together.
Mm-hmm.
What in your mind is the difference between branding and marketing, and then also marketing and sales? The difference between the three. How can
Ooh,
you help
that's
someone?
loaded. Okay. So branding, make the shit look pretty. That's
Hmm.
really what it is, right? To me.
And personable, yeah,
Yeah. Like a high level view of it, right? So
yeah,
branding, I need you to make it look pretty, make it look consistent. Marketing is really getting your product, your service, your skill set, whatever you're selling and offering, whether it's free or even a paid product, right? Getting that out there to as many people as possible. And you said sales was the last.
yeah.
It's just getting the chicken. You know what I mean? Getting what you need to get and making sure that the customer comes back over and over and over. So yes, a lot of people do focus on, branding and taking up so much time, making things and, just we have this conversation all the time, right?
Yeah.
But excuse me. But when we can make it pretty all we want and only two people see it, it's kind of pointless, in my book, right?
Yeah.
Like you can put it on your little mantle and look at it and stare at it all you want, but it's not making you any money. It's probably costing you a lot. Marketing is figuring out your audience, making sure you have a product fit, things of that nature, right? And does someone actually want what I am offering, whether it's, free, paid, whatever. And then you get into that sales aspect of it. Can you, sell water to a fish, or do you need to? or do you let your product or your service or your experience or whatever sell that for you? So there's different ways to go about it. In generating it, you do have to have a goal in top or in mind, right? And I like to always stay single goal focused, so I can judge those results as they come in. So that would be the difference between me, but that's the simplest answer I can actually
Yeah.
kind of give.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That was good. I will only add with
Yeah.
branding
Oh, of course.
that
Talk to
we don't, and we're not just, we want to make it pretty. We want it to be something that lasts in the minds of people once you go to market with
Of
it.
course, but
So,
that's where you're searing that brand into their brain. But
yeah.
that's when you have something like when everything is branding, whether you wake up in the morning, you have to brush your teeth. There's what toothbrush do I buy, right? Am I getting a Colgate, or I don't know the other toothbrushes, things like that. But everything revolves around, let's say, a sales funnel, a sales process. And if you can get people to remember that process, yes, branding is amazing at that, because 7 to 12 times they see something, it starts to click. Um, that's where that branding comes into play. But if you don't have a product, there's nothing to brand.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that kind of semi answers my question, my next question, which is,
What's up?
can we coincide? Can one? How do you operate? Let me say this better. Can you work with one individually without the others, or do they all need to coincide together?
It depends on your workload, bandwidth, resources, right? So if you are, let's say, a one-man show, one-person show, you're gonna have to schedule things out, right? And take, piece by piece what you can do. Um, really, you do want to make sure that you prioritize what's most important. Because yes, I can do a logo. Um, how many people are really truly going to see that logo in the very, very beginning? Not many, if you're just getting started, right? Like if you're a brand new business just getting started or wanting to get started. If you're going through a rebrand, you're a solid, established company, a little bit different, right? There's more things that come with that. But doing everything, marketing, sales, and branding, that's just a solopreneur. That's just an entrepreneur. So yes, you can do it. It is much easier with the team, right? Or if you can delegate some tasks to other people, or even go on Fiverr, or whatever the case may be. Um, it's much easier if you have a smaller team, at least some sort of help.
Indeed, indeed, I agree. So, with that being said, let's
Yes.
talk about, if you're doing it by yourself,
Mhm.
how important is putting out, like, setting up a plan, a marketing strategy, etc., as opposed to just kind of going out and getting it done or testing the market with what you have.
You can do that spaghetti to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Um, it is, for me and the people that I have worked with, a strategy is key. You have to. Like, I have to know what I'm going to do, right?
Mhm.
Um, the steps that I need to take, who needs to be involved, um, my outcomes that I'm, trying to achieve, and how close do I get to actually hitting that goal, that target? Do I go past it? There's different things that are involved in that strategy. The more detailed and this is, a note that some people do. I do want to highlight that some people actually get lost in that strategy development too, right?
Mhm.
And so some people over strategize instead of just getting the shit done and just doing it. Sometimes you can have that strategy paralysis, or whatever. I can't remember what it's called in the music world. When the demo, you're always producing that demo and you're always trying to do a better one.
Demoitis.
Demoitis, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get paralyzed by too much information sometimes, but
Yeah.
having a good, well thought out strategy, at least just the beginning steps. It doesn't have to be, everything in the book, like a full fledged business plan or anything like that. But
Yeah.
what's step A? What's step B? What's step C? Like, depends on your business, what you're offering, your service. Like if you're a coach, do I need people to get out and, see my face, or do I need to give them a free, some sort of lead magnet? And then once you have that, that lead magnet or their name and email, not just their social media account, like that drives me nuts. How people do not build their email list, because email list is money. I promise you, y'all. Um, but it it depends on what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish. But yes, strategies is key. Having a strategy is, it's just like walking around in the desert with no map. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I asked that question because I realize a lot of companies, they think that they are marketing or branding and
mhm.
are doing neither, and really just kind of hustling and just doing transactional. Like it's really honestly just focusing on sales, but not building a lasting
The brand.
impression so that you can, yeah, so you can scale, so you can have strong foundation. I think that's a lot of that. And if we talk about black owned business, I think that's a lot of the
Oh yeah.
trepidation is that we just thinking let's get to the money. We're not thinking there's got to be legacy here. There's got to be long, And then I think we tend to kind of get more bumps and bruises that way, just kind of running out without really strategically planning ahead of time.
Well, it comes down to, well, I'm in the customer service business, right? The customer
Mhm.
experience business. And so with me, everything as far as that customer journey starts from when they're first triggered, when they have to figure out, that very first top part of the sales funnel. When they figure out that they have, a problem, they're triggered and they need to find a solution for that. So what I find, at least in, our community and, I want to say our brown communities, our black and brown communities, is that a lot of people, like you say, just focus on the sales, give me the money, go ahead, and I expect you to come back with, subpar service, right? And it's like, why? I don't, just because you're my homie, I'm coming, right? And it shouldn't be that way, right? So yes, I do believe in taking care of every single lead, potential lead customer, as if they are, going to be coming back. Because one, when we're using our marketing budget, our marketing dollars, things like that, it costs, sometimes $10, $25, $50, $100 a lead, right? And so if I'm paying all this money to get people in, some people, we're able to get leads in for, a dollar or two. But that's just because you have a strategy, a marketing strategy in play, right? Where you can market and do different things. But once I have that information and let's say they purchase, they have to purchase $100 worth of stuff if it's $100 lead, right? Or it's a loss. And if they don't come back, then I'm not maximizing my customer lifetime value. So it's all about increasing that CTLV. Um, oh, I guess we can get into numbers a little later, but and if I start rambling and talking, you got to snatch this mic back, like mute my mic and say, shut the hell up. Like, we good.
No, no, this is why you're here. So you're here to share your information, to share your
Let's
knowledge.
do it.
So yeah. Um, okay. So
Uh-oh.
right, you got me stumped. So with that being said, what is the best? And I think the other part that we kind of didn't discuss, factor wise, as far as the hustle mentality, is another thing is people don't realize how much you really have to put into marketing budget wise. And I think
Yeah.
that they think that just a flyer or just a business card is what is enough to market your
It's
business, or
cute.
yeah, or
Yeah,
word of
it's
mouth is
cute.
enough. Somebody said if you can say word of mouth has been your sole proprietor or your
You
sole
winning.
breadwinner, well,
No,
that person said no, you're not winning.
you're winning if you can say that and you have a successful business, yes, and no
Yeah,
other outside marketing tactics.
yeah,
That's that word of mouth. WOM is what it's called in the industry, right? Word of mouth. But that is something that is really produced after the sale, and the customer is excited. They're either happy and satisfied, or they're dissatisfied and telling people not to purchase from you.
yeah,
So that is that customer journey aspect of it. But no, you need to be doing multiple forms of marketing. Think of them like fingers or spider webs, things like that. So yes, you can do organic, right? Organic is it's key. That's what every company wants to do. I want to make money for free, right? Bring in leads for free. If you do happen to go a paid route, whether it is newspaper articles, business cards, flyers, anything like that, social media, paid marketing, display marketing, which, that's starting to go away now with, Chat GPT and all these other AI browsers. Um, it There is a budget that is needed, and there's even calculators. Just I can probably share a calculator with you that people can use, that I use to see if something is even going to be profitable enough to
Mhm.
even start running ads to it. So, but yes, when it comes to marketing budgets, you can get creative, right? You can get as creative as you want, and stretch it out as far as you go. But understand getting that data is key, because then you can execute on, additional strategies based off of what you've already done and all the hard work that you already put in. So it really just depends on, like I say, the business. We can do business types and it'd be a little bit easier to explain. But with 33 million small businesses, it's kind of a little difficult to go so broad.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. So, so is there like a general budget that you would give, or a general like percentage that people should set aside for their initial brand or marketing efforts? Or and then this is just specifically digital marketing,
Yep.
and then we're talking about traditional methods, etc. Of those, which do you feel are more, I guess, more effective? Of course, digital is king now, but I
Now.
mean, as far as what is called return on ad spend,
Hmm.
ROAS,
ROAS.
ROAS, whatever.
ROAS. Hey. So as far as it honestly depends on the industry, your goal, your target. Overall marketing budget, I say about 15-20% of rev, right?
Mhm.
And then you're able to kind of make it stretch. Some companies go, 30, 33%, 40% of their budgets. That is, it all depends on the business, on what you're trying to achieve. If you need that hard push, yes, you will have a slightly higher budget, if you will. But I say out of every dollar you make, put at least 20 cents away, 15 cents away, and use that towards marketing for, either that same product, and you build that the virality, factor of it, or start pushing something else, a different project or
Okay.
campaign.
Okay. That's good. So even before even we get to that part, because I think people think, uh, like what I just did, they go straight to the how much is this going to cost me?
Yep.
Before we even get to that part, don't tell us the how, but tell us the what of a digital marketing campaign. What components should be involved?
For online,
Mhm.
or let's say, so in any funnel, right? There's 3 steps on any funnel. You have your tofu, what is it? Top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel.
Tofu, mofu,
So
mofu. Mhm.
each campaign needs to be really geared towards each one of those aspects. So if it's top of funnel, you want to have, just if it's organic information, things like that, give away that type of stuff. Something that gets their eyeballs. And then you have that middle of funnel as far as that campaign. And if you're doing like Facebook, Instagram, throwing ads, running ads, campaigns can differ. But for the most part, you're just doing a sales funnel for each and every one of those campaigns. So I want somebody to see me, right? Cool, great. Once they see me, I want to do whatever I can to get their information. I need their name, phone number, email. If I have that, I can reach them at any time, right? I don't have to depend on, they call it the algorithms for Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat and TikTok and whatever.
Mhm.
But really what it is getting that, you want to get their name and contact information. Once you get that contact information, it goes down to the next, I want to say, campaign, which is getting them to that middle of funnel, or the bottom, towards the bottom of the funnel, and getting them to see your product or service or whatever that you're offering, whether it's free or paid. Once you have that, you're starting, you're grooming your grooming. I guess that's a bad word, but you're teaching your customer getting them ready, getting them used to what you offer and how you can provide that service or that solution to whatever problem that they have that they're experiencing.
Yeah.
Once they buy, boom, you take the money, it goes through your Stripe, whatever the case may be. Job's not done, right? You have another campaign, which is the customer experience to get them to come back and repurchase. So there's multiple campaigns. It just depends on which stage of the funnel that you are truly in or that you're focusing on. And that will dictate, one, how much you spend. Top of funnel is always the most. You have your re-engagement campaigns for people that saw you but didn't actually click, or they went to your website and didn't actually buy anything. You want to spend. Either you have your pixel. Dang, something's in my throat, y'all. I'm sorry. Either you have your pixel on your website, and that way you can catch them, from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. There's multiple campaigns, but it can get pretty nasty. That's what I want to say the larger companies do. They just focus strictly on campaigns. But if you're just getting started, just focus on getting those eyeballs. Once you have those eyeballs, from that customer or that potential lead, get their information, get their name, phone number, email. However you have to do it without being scammy, right? Go ahead and get it. But like, you can give away a lead magnet. I say it all the time. People say that, I don't want to give away, too much information. I don't think you can. I think doing it, give away enough information that solves it, but always provide something to where I can do this for you, solve this for you with this solution or with this whatever product. And if you need more, come talk to me. So just be available for that.
Indeed.
Long answer for a simple question.
That's where I struggle, honestly, is my funnel and what I want to provide without giving too much information. Okay. Like, I recently put out How to Be Dope, which is a course. I did the course for free. I had some people watch. It was about 10 or 12 people. Not
Nice. Okay.
But I want to continue with it, but I want to not do it only for free. Or if I want it to have different levels, where if it's a free part of it is minimal information, enough to intrigue to go to the different levels of the funnel. And I want to get to a point where this is like a ongoing kind of situation where I'm cycling clients to get to me, the boss level. I always consider it the funnel, like Mario. And so I want them to get to King Koopa. So or Donkey Kong, however you think about it.
Right.
So I want to figure out what I can do that is continuous. The problem with me, and I'm using myself as, I'm gonna let you go ahead and
let's do it.
Okay. So the problem with me is I find myself overthinking that I've given too much information, and then at the same time thinking I didn't give enough information. And so I'm like in this kind of weird place about it. And then I know for sure that I find myself, because I guess hide behind being a graphic designer. I'm trying to remove that
label
as the primary thing, which I don't mind, because I love graphic design. I don't have the problem there. It's just where I want to go. There's more to it than that. Like, I want to structure whole, like, I'm literally working on a campaign right now for a beverage. And like, I want to be able to be the person that does the whole concept. Has the understanding of the analytics, etc. And I can get you the numbers and the benchmarks. Like, I'm branding down. I got branding down, right? Marketing is kind of where I'm trying to sharpen my iron, if you will, sharpen my tools. Because I feel like with that dichotomy, and then of course with this comes understanding the sales, but with that dichotomy, or with that duo,
the combo,
I feel like that is unstoppable. If I can tell you how to build the concept, I can help you from concept to creation, and then also how to market that. That's
how to push it.
Yeah. That's a beast in itself. And so that, I feel like that can apply to creatives of all types, authors, artists, everybody. So like, if I can fundamentally understand, and that's why I asked you those questions about campaigns, etc., and how important they are, so that those types of things like people can understand that they need to do that. So
Well, definitely let me know how I can help. I do have some funnels already built that I could, just shoot your way. You could definitely take the branding and make it pretty, right? Make the shit pretty. But it does have the. Uh, I'm sorry.
it's okay.
How much I owe you? Okay, whatever.
$3,
Okay.
$30.
No, it hasn't been that many. No, but as far as on the campaign, let me remember what it is. So it's a whole system. I call it my little $1 million funnel system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it has the lead magnet that you can, everything is clickable. They're all landing pages. So I firm believer in landing pages. If you're going digital for anything, I guess I can kind of explain what the difference, or at least how I view landing pages. So pretty much one, if you don't have a website, you're losing. Get a website, start, do something. You have to have some sort of digital home base.
What about
Uh,
a stand store?
nah, man. Website. I don't give two
Okay.
shits what you about to say, right? Website, y'all. Okay.
Website.
Um, yeah, don't like people do like, well, I have a Facebook store or an Instagram. Nah. If they shut that down, you lose everything.
You're
But
cooked. Yeah.
get a website. That way you can do landing pages. So when you have your website, just like if go to walmart.com, right? D,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening? Um, go to Walmart and there's just so many products or services or whatever the case may be. A confused buyer, a confused customer does not buy. And it is a true statement, 50 years ago, 200 years from now. If I don't understand what the hell you're trying to sell me, I'm not going to buy it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Jessica, she could say it totally different, something that resonates with me, and it could be the same exact water, right?
Yeah.
And I buy it from her because she made it feel a certain way. But that's really what landing pages are able to do. Instead of sending people, a lot of people send, go to my website, my abc, company.com, and find it from there. Take people into Walmart, take people into Target, whatever Legends mall that you go
Not
to and
Target.
shop out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but take them there, walk them down the aisle, show them where it's at, point to it, and say, here, this is what you need to buy. And it helps out your sales process. It will improve your conversion rates tremendously. But without landing pages, it's a little hard to really tell your true story with that brand or with that product or whatever you're trying to get across. But Jess, I'll shoot some stuff over to you. You can even offer that for sale. I'll give it to you. I'll give you resale rights. How about that?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So now look, now I should have an ad.
Straight up.
Hey guys, this is what I'm doing now. So there you go. I also thought about uh systems as a service, SaaS. Is that what you call
Yeah,
it?
SaaS, just another way of saying SaaS.
Yeah.
So they have, systems as service. That's where the money is at. Building systems and just charging people for it instead of giving it away. Um, but they had, software as a service. They have one that's called AS, AI as a service.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, but
It's all right. That one don't count. I
yeah,
won't.
that one. Yeah, okay, don't charge me for that one.
No.
But no, there's that's really the bread and butter. Really, any company wants to try and get at is that recurring revenue. You have recurring revenue, you're making money in your sleep. You don't have to do anything. You just take care of your customers, and they sell for you. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what type of service are you? Let's talk about you because you're asking me a lot of questions. I said I didn't want to talk about me, girl.
But
All right.
you doing a good job. See, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what do I need to do to have some like post conversation or like after the show kind of stuff with you, or maybe
Okay.
we just bring you back or something because this is great information. I think about because we're both in Reno, Nevada.
Yeah.
I think that this is information that needs to be shared even with other people in our community, other businesses in our community. Like this is important information, and so I'm like, what can we do to get people to understand, like, this is the stuff you need to know, starting with a bit, starting your business or promoting your business. I think that's my number one thing. So I told you I have some young ladies I'm working with locally that
Yes.
will be on the show sometime soon in the near future. And we are all working, trying to be creative, but we feel like digital marketing is a heavy missing piece,
Mm-hmm.
because we can make it pretty, we can give you the concept, we can move you forward with that, but it's how you get yourself out there in even your local audience, because we live in, where we live is
Yep.
not so accepting of black led creative unless you conform to a certain kind of vibe,
I could battle
aesthetic.
you on that, but we could talk about it.
You would battle me on that?
I'll battle you on anything, girl. I'm devil's advocate straight
Well,
up.
what's
Hey,
up? No, I'm just kidding.
nah. Like I hear what you're saying with it's all about your approach. Like
Yeah.
when just like I hear people, I'm trying not to share too much information, right?
Yeah.
But like people that work with me and they know like there's certain things I can and can't do. Like people want to go out, my best friend wants to go out and shoot a gun. I'm like, bro, Yuri, I can't do that, right? I'm a felon, right? I got my
Yeah.
felony buying some turntables when I was 18. And the check bounced. I think it was like a $200-300 check or something like that. And it bounced. Caught a felony. Stupid shit. So I hear people saying that, I can't get a job because, I'm a felon, or these people and doing this and doing that. And it's like, it's not about that. Like you can have every excuse in the book, right? To not achieve what you're trying to achieve. Like some things I'll never be able to get. Like I was trying to be a financial stockbroker. Is what I was going to school for. So finance, business finance, and physics science, right? But really took the business finance and went into sales. But after so many years, I hear so many excuses from people saying that it's this or that. And instead of you say conforming to a certain style, it's actually, to me, it is producing what the customer wants, no matter what style it is. And yes, you may be able to, put some of your creative genius into that. But still, it's ultimately up to me and I'm paying for it, right? And this is my vision that I want to get across to at least my target audience base. And so I think a lot of people need to kind of shift their mindset as far as they won't do it because I'm black, brown, or I have red curly hair or pink hair. It's like, no, they really give two shits about that. It's just, is it going to sell, right? Is it going to make me money? What's that return on that investment that I'm giving you to create this digital asset for me to use in turn and put money behind? So I think it's a little bit different, but
told me something.
I'll battle you about it, but I still love you though.
Well, I feel like some of my experience has been,
Yes.
I can give you this. A specific person, I won't say the name,
Okay.
but this specific person is also in marketing in this community, and they are a person of color. And that person of color sought out other creatives that I'm like, I do this. And they didn't seek me out, and they said, well, it's because sometimes, certain companies might not want your how you basically how I design.
Yeah. How you do
And
your
I'm
look
like,
like this?
yeah, that's fine. But I'm also like, well, what are you trying to say? Because it's not like I don't know how to
You took it
incorporate it.
personal.
You
You
know,
took it personal.
I absolutely took it personal
Yeah. Stop
because
that. Stop that. This is business, girl. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but that
What can
person
I
is
do? What
specific.
can I do next time to get on your radar? That would be my follow-up,
Nothing, because that
right?
person is trying to little kid me. That's what that was. That wasn't
Different. I
that's
get
not
it.
even an ego thing.
Okay.
But
That's different. That's a different sitch.
yeah.
So yeah, all good.
But see, that's a whole nother conversation, and gatekeeping, and and this kind of vital information. Like, for instance, I have you on here because you give great information. I don't want nobody to, if they can learn, first of all, you're my friend and I want to see you succeed as a business, and this is what you offer. And so why would not have you here to share with others some good information? You know what I mean? So that person was kind of that gatekeepy kind of situation.
For
Okay.
you. Makes
For me.
sense.
So, but aside from that, I feel like in this city specifically,
Mhm.
I don't think that there is so much that people that don't want it. So I will correct myself on that. I'll say it's how we approach these situations. Like Denisha said, it is all in your approach, and
Yeah,
it's how we approach these different groups. And like you said, how most of all, you know, what's the bottom line? How am I going to make money off of it?
yeah,
So,
that's what
but
it
I
should
feel
be
like,
about.
yeah, I feel like that's something that needs to be discussed in this specific community. So, uh, but you know what I mean? Not a. I just want to push you. I just want to
Yeah,
push you out there
yeah.
because I feel
Okay,
like you're
okay.
a hidden gem.
All good.
So, but essentially, like I think that um marketing, I feel like even above branding sometimes is quintessential in business because I feel like anybody can you can go if you absolutely had to get to the nitty gritty of things, right?
Mhm.
You can go to Canva and get all the stuff to make it pretty. But I
Yep.
feel like if you don't understand how to market your business, then you
There's no
don't
point to
grow.
it.
Yeah, there's no point.
Well,
So yeah, continue.
real quick, there's yes, we're talking about branding. Yes, we're talking about marketing and different things, different areas of the business. But technically, I always say there's 6 areas of any business, right?
Hmm.
So yes, you have your sales and marketing. You have like your what do we call it? Finance and accounting, like your accountants and what my dad does, things like that. You have like operations and how shit works, your IT. You have your product and product development, things like that. Um, what's the last one? I know it's customer service, but logistics. So distribution and logistics. So those are really the main 6 areas of really truly any business. And yes, sales and marketing, branding falls in that sales and marketing category. That's why you have a CMO, like a chief marketing officer, right? You have a chief operations officer, COO, because they handle these different areas of every business.
Hmm.
Yes, with entrepreneurs, if you're a single business owner just doing it yourself, you're going to have to wear all of these hats. But there's different areas for any and every successful business where you have to focus on, and sales and marketing is definitely, if you don't have any revenue or income coming in, it's hard to pay bills and hard to live and make a living. So
Yeah.
you definitely need the sales aspect of it, but branding only enhances sales, enhances the marketing. But if you don't have that foundation, like you say, it's pointless. If you don't have money coming in, can't do shit.
Yeah. Okay. That was about $5.
Oh,
But you're in luck because we're about done. So
hey,
of course, every episode I have these 2 segments. I cut them down to 2 because one of them
okay.
is 2 of the same thing. Anyway, first one is that's dope, and that's dope is where you put me on to a business brand, whatever song, anything you think is dope.
One thing as far as dope money maker, how about we just do that?
Okay.
Definitely anything AI, not anything, but mainly AI systems, automations. If you can either inject that into your business or start and offer that to other business owners, that is, let's say, a little hidden gem on the back end. But dope brand, I want to say definitely I'm going to shout out who I'm currently working for now, SandCloud, right? Because we're doing some amazing things. So sandcloud.com, right? Um, but as far as before that, there is what's her name? Brittany Day 2. She has a company, Brittany's Boutiques, right? Used to work with her over at Nutrient Foods. And I used to go hard on her, asking her all the time, like, you have an email, you have an email list, you have an email list, right? No, no, no. But she finally started going out on her own a few years ago, and she's doing amazing. So she has a brand. I don't know the actual website, but Brittany's Boutiques. She has a little store. She's over at the farmers markets and things like that all the time. But she's doing amazing things with her brand and getting clothes out there to women. I don't know exactly the brand. Like, I don't shop a lot. I make my own shirts, right? And
Come on, shameless
Yeah.
plug.
Hey, real quick.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's more of a female thing. But I just know she's doing her thing, her little thug biz. So
That's good. And so my next one is nope.
ah,
And nope is literally something you see in business or in life or in branding that is just whack.
not having an email list. Damn it. Sorry.
How
Much is
many
that? ten
times do
dollars.
we have to say no? Are we gonna add?
All right. But no, not having an email list. People think email is dead and it's not. No, no, no. Please get contact info. I cannot stress it enough. Um, One thing I do hate that I see is people say, click my link in bio. I don't want to go to your bio. Sorry, I'm going on a rant right now. I don't want to go to your bio. I want to see it right here. Click on it, make it as easy as possible for me. Um,
So
Overthinking,
no
I
link
call it.
trees.
I'm what? What was that?
I said no link trees.
No, just nothing, right? You don't have anything. Like Linktree is okay. It's cool, or what they have different versions of it, but just give me something to where I can go off of this to actually find you. Um, and I can't remember the last one I was gonna start going in on, but it's all
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's probably better that way.
Look, if anybody in the audience remembers, just go ahead and let us know. Well, and if you have any questions at digital marketing, real quick, feel free. Um, Tell us really quick about Simply CX. We did talk a little bit about it earlier, but
Mhm.
or well, at least about SaaS. Tell us a little bit about your business, Simply CX, and then also AI employee
AI
agency.
employee.
Mhm.
So pretty much Simply CX is in CRM, if you will. It's changed over the years, but
Mhm.
built it because I kept having problems in every corporate position that I was going to. So I built a solution that would help send out emails, text messages, things like that, right? Just pretty much a CRM. Added AI onto that a few years ago. Built that into the actual platform, so now it does AI voice and email and chat and kind of like that mini chat. It has those capabilities. Pretty much can do almost anything. So AI, that's what Simply CX is. That is the software. It's not really open to the public itself. Yes, I do have a website, y'all, and I'm talking shit. But sorry, I'm talking smack, right?
No, you can't
But
rewind.
that web page, don't click and buy nothing on there because it's not active. I promise you. But no, I took it down because I was starting to get to a place to where I wanted to focus more on my individual customer base, if you will, and give it more of a private offering. So anyway, Simply CX is rolled into AI Employee Agency. And so what AI Employee Agency is an agency where we build AI solutions for businesses and people. So um, that is really what I do now. And on top of that, I am that, global head of CX at SandCloud. So
Indeed, indeed. I wanted to do that before we got off of here.
hey,
So one more time, Julius, if you don't mind, please tell us where we can find you.
man, don't find me, y'all, please.
Find Julius.
All right. So Facebook, we are looking Julius.Osborne. That is on Facebook. Oh, let me get in my DJ voice. Instagram, we're looking at Julius Osborne underscore. And then LinkedIn, all you gotta just search is Julius Osborne, y'all. It's right there. Hey,
Hey, well, my friend, first of all, you are a wealth of knowledge. I cannot wait to see how big AIA, I've been calling it Aya because I rebranded it. Aya.
saw it. You did.
Um, I can't wait to see how that takes you to a whole nother level. Um, Julius is Black Mark Zuckerberg to me. So like
Straight up, I'm not.
just
Like, I'm not.
genius mind. Genius mind. I'm
Thank
serious. Like you gotta like you don't know the half. Like he just and the heart behind him offering the information he gives. is great. Like this was an amazing hour. Like if y'all don't catch up on this, like you missed out on a whole lot. Like, and it was free game at
Free
that.
game, straight up.
So thank you so much, Julius. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you so much.
Always. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. And tune in with us next week when our guest is Mr. Dominique Gaston, multifaceted creative. He's a singer, a designer, fashion and graphic design. He is the owner of DG Manifold. He's a comedian. He is hilariously famous on TikTok. He is amazing. And so that is all for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Now's the time to say goodbye to my dope family. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. Bye.